Hello and welcome back to All Sport Podcast. Today we'll be talking all about United. We will be talking about Jadon Sancho. We will be talking about what realistically United could achieve this season. We will be talking about transfers United could make in January. And we will also be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Topic number one for me is what realistically could United achieve this season. So, personally, I think United have recently just got Charlton in the Carabao Cup. So, this is like a real opportunity for United to get through to that semi-final, as it's just drawn Charlton in the quarter-final. So, if they beat Charlton, it's through to the semi-final. Teams left are teams the likes of City. They're the only really big team, like traditionally. However, there is Southampton, there is Newcastle, there is names out there that really can throw United off. But I think if United really take this how they want to and they really push, I think it would be great to get a trophy. I think a trophy would really be able to push Erik ten Hag's side to a new level. I think it would allow them, because I think the issue under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the fact that they didn't win a trophy under him. Yes, we got second. Yes, we got to a Europa League final, but no trophy was ever won. So that winning mentality was never kind of achieved. You had players like Rashford who haven't won a trophy in years, who have lost multiple finals. You've got many players who, I guess, will see a final and they'll think, what can I do? Like, realistically, Carabao Cup, I feel like United need to win. That'll be a really great mid-season bump up for them. Europa League would be another one that would be fantastic to win. Obviously, with Barcelona in the qualifying round, that will be a very, very tough game. I am going to that and I'm very excited to be going. I'm currently trying to get tickets for the away game. But that game will really be tough and it'll really show United's character and United's real mentality. But I think if they manage to get past Barcelona, I think it'll still be very tough competition. But I think it'll be a fantastic one to win. I think it will be very challenging, but I think they could do it. I think they will have to get through teams like Arsenal, obviously Barcelona, and there's so many others just to think of there. So we've also got the Premier League. The Premier League. This is a very touchy subject for many fans talking about United. So you've got, obviously, United are currently fighting for Champions League spots, possibly Europa League. As a United fan, I've got a question for you guys. Or even as a neutral, would you be happy with United finishing fourth? Would that be good? Or is Europa League fine? Can you cope with Europa League? For me, I really want us to get into them Champions League spots, and I feel like we can do. I just think it's going to be about really persevering, trying to get past them difficult matches. We've seemed to struggle in recent times against teams like Newcastle, teams that want to sit back and play a bit dirty. We don't like that. Obviously, we've still got to try and beat the big teams. City, Arsenal, Liverpool. City game coming up, that'll be a real test to see if we can bounce back after the international break. But that'll be a massive test. Now on to the FA Cup. FA Cup is one, again, I would like to win. I don't know if we will. We've drawn Everton. Everton's not the easiest draw, not the hardest draw. Very beatable, but I feel like also if we show up with a second team and kind of see it as, it's just like, it's not late on into the competition, we'll just take it easy, try and get through. But I'd like to just really push in, really grinding that win out, trying to win, because I think as many trophies as we can get, as a United fan, I'm crying not getting a trophy in years. I need a trophy. I think a load of United fans are with me in that we just need a trophy, any trophy at this point. Just try and get us rolling. I think, obviously everyone goes, we want the big ones, we want Champions League, we want Premier League. But no, you've got to start by winning the little ones. That was Ole's downfall. He didn't win any. Now, we're going to speak about the Jadon Sancho situation. And when I speak about this, I'm going to also touch on parts of other players. So, as we've seen, Ten Hag's come in. I think it's very clear that he's improved a multitude of players. He's improved Dalot. I'd say he's improved a lot. His game is a lot more. He does a lot more. He cuts inside now. He looks like he knows what he's doing now. Before, I feel like Dalot, you could see that he had the qualities, but he didn't know exactly what he was doing. Now he looks like he has the quality, and he also knows what he's doing. Getting into both the United squad and the Portugal squad, he played quite well in the World Cup. He didn't start a few games, but when he started to start, I was watching him, I thought, he's doing all right. Bruno has seemed to finally be getting in that bit of form again. He's finally he's done very well in the World Cup. He's getting a few more goals. He's playing a lot more deep, Bruno, I'd say, these days. He's kind of sits back and kind of plays ball. That was very clear against, who was it the other night? Oh, Burnley. That's the one. It was very clear against Burnley. I was at that game, sat in the stands watching, and it was very clear that he was just sitting back, especially with that goal for Eriksen when Bruno played it to Wan-Bissaka into the middle, Eriksen finished it. It's clear that he's sitting back, just playing them balls, kind of being that kind of playmaker. But that might not come with assists and goals. But I think Bruno was class the other night. I think he was great. You've also seen Rashford has improved. Rashford's just came alight since Ten Hag's come in. He's shown his form, as everyone says. Rashford, this is his second prime, people are saying. I see that a lot on TikTok and stuff. But Rashford's really showing up now. The goal he scored against Burnley, just how he was playing, the goals in the World Cup. I'm really glad to see it. Rashford's a real player I really like to succeed, and I think a lot of neutral fans seem to like to see him succeed as well. I don't know why. I don't know if it's all his charity work he's done, but as a Mancunian myself and as a United fan, he really makes us proud, and I just think he's fantastic. But Jadon Sancho, so I feel like what Ten Hag's clearly seen is he's come into the club and he's seen that Jadon Sancho was clearly coming to the dressing room and he's not quite fitting. He's not quite adjusted to the situation. And some people say he's been here for 2 years. Like is that an excuse? But he's coming in 2 years. He's had 3 managers. He's had 3 managers under him. Well, I guess he's had 4, including Carrick. He's had 4 managers. He's had a multitude of players. There's so much drama. He's in the news constantly. He's missed a penalty in the Euros. And he's clearly not recovered from all that. And I think it's great that Ten Hag's obviously noticed this and he spoke to Jadon. And he's really helping him. I think it's a great character from him to really put him to say, right, you go and have some time alone, you go and recover. When you're ready, you'll come back. We won't say, right, you're playing now, you come back when you're ready, when you feel fit to play. So I am excited to see Jadon Sancho back. I still think it might take him a bit of time to adjust once he's back, but I think it's a really show of Ten Hag's character, really show that he's thinking not just about the players physically. He's not like, right, you're scoring, you're fine. He's thinking, right, we need to make sure he's mentally fit and physically fit, so then he can come and play and he can really come and shine. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that he will really show that player we've seen at Borussia Dortmund. I really hope we can see that finally in a Man United shirt, because I think he'd really fit into that squad, and I think he will be fantastic one day. So fingers crossed about that. Next, we go on to transfers. So I'm not specifically going to go in depth for transfers because I am going to do a podcast or a video on possibly what United could achieve in the transfer market. But I'm going to say what type of players, like what positions I think United needs to improve. So currently the first team is pretty strong. There's a solid back line. Goalkeeper has been questioned, David De Gea. I love him personally, but he has been questioned many times. I think they're looking to obviously extend a contract with him at a lower wage for a year before sorting stuff out. But let's forget about that now. So overall, United do have a solid back line. So we've, as I've said, obviously Luke Shaw on the left, Dalot on the right, Varane and Martinez in the middle. 2 World Cup winners in the middle. Wow. But after that, it's not so strong. Or not so similar anyway. We've seen that when Varane got injured. Lindelof stepped in. Even though he did alright, he just weren't anywhere near the same quality as Varane. I feel like he struggled a little bit. Weren't perfect. So the first suggestion I would make is I think United need at least one new centre-back. And it's been clear that Ten Hag is looking for a new full-back. He said we need 2 good full-backs. My interpretation of that is we need 2 good full-backs either side. People think they meant we need 2 new full-backs. No. I think he meant we need two good fullbacks either side. We've got two good fullbacks on the left, Luke Shaw, Malacia. And we've got one very good fullback on the right, Diogo Dalot, who I love. I think he's a fantastic player. But I don't think Wan-Bissaka is too great. Ethan Laird is another player I do know, though. I think he's good. He seems to be shining a bit on loan. He's a solid player. Now onto the midfield. The midfield is probably United's weakest part, actually, which is a massive surprise, seeing as Ten Hag play clearly is more possession-based, keep the ball, very midfield-focused. Eriksen, fantastic. However, he is getting on a bit. He is quite old. Soon, he may be looking to retire, or he may deteriorate a little bit. Bruno, can't speak highly enough of him. Fantastic player. Been with us for the past few seasons now and really been a key player in that United team. But then you got to look at Fred. Fred's been okay this season. Ten Hag's done decent bits with Fred. Got him to decent places. But I think he might have peaked now. Probably need a replacement for him. Someone possibly unrealistic, but someone like Enzo Fernandez. Obviously, Jude Bellingham will be fantastic, but is that realistic? Probably not. So, you got to look for someone there. You got to look for someone that's going to replace Eriksen. Might not happen this transfer window, but you got to look for someone who's going to, at least a young player who can come into Eriksen's spot when he's done. And you got to look for a player kind of in that role. Casemiro, another fantastic player. He is key, but if one of them three get injured, I'm not so confident that United will recover very well. So that's obviously not great. So I think you need probably at least one or two midfielders to come in the next window or two to try and solidify that kind of midfield. The attack, right? I'm quite controversial with the attack because I love the attack so far. I think Garnacho's fantastic, even though he's young, but you got to give him some time. But I think that's good, as Jadon Sancho will be slowly being drip-fed back into the team. I think he'll just be them two can kind of swap out. They can both get a bit of time, so I think that'll be fine. Up front, I love Tony Marshall, but I know he's had a lot of criticism. He's not been told to be the greatest, but I love him. But I think we do need a new striker. If we are to get a striker, though, I think we need an out-and-out goal scorer, someone who's going to bang the goals in. Obviously, someone like Haaland, but obviously not Haaland. So someone that's just going to bang the goals in, because I think we need to finish some goals now. I think an issue has been recently that I guess we've not got that clinical scorer. The goals have come very all around the team. Like, you've had midfielders get goals, you've had strikers get goals, you've had attackers get goals, but we've not got that clinical goal scorer. Cristiano, even though I love him, he this season could not get them clinical goals like he did last season. So that's an issue. And then you got Rashford, another fantastic player. But again, if one of them gets injured, we're going to struggle. If Tony Marshall gets injured, which he has done all season, who's going to go into that striker role? Does Rashford fit in there and Garnacho play somewhere else? Or Sancho play somewhere else? I'm just worried that United won't be able to adapt. That is what will pull them down, which is looking like could happen to Arsenal, but we will see how they adapt with Gabriel Jesus now being injured. So overall, I think really we need just some squad depth players. Some players this season that are just going to come in and be like, okay, if someone gets injured, that's not a problem. Stick someone else in. Because at the moment, I feel like we don't have that. Finally, we're going to have a chat about Cristiano Ronaldo. I know it's a bit of an old topic now. I did release a blog in the summer about Cristiano Ronaldo, one I thought was going to happen. I was right, I would say, because I said I think Ronaldo will stay. I said I think he will stay and he won't go. Possibly because he couldn't find a club, and that's happened. I did not predict that he would be leaving in January, but I did predict that he would stay in September. Because for me, I just couldn't see him leaving. But now, he's gone. There is no Cristiano Ronaldo. Will Bruno start to shine again? There's no longer the focus on that one main player of Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a focus on now all the players. Like Casemiro could be the main man. Could be Bruno. Could be Martial. Could be Rashford. could be anyone. They've got to try and show every single game that they've got to try and be that player that's going to step up for Man United. We've also got to look at Cristiano Ronaldo. So, currently trading at Real Madrid, just not with Real Madrid, just at Real Madrid. Where will his next club be? I'm personally not sure. I have no clue. I don't have a clue. He has said he doesn't think. He said the rumours are fake and he would never go to Saudi Arabia. But they're sounding like they're going to offer him a lot of money. But I don't know what club would take him. The thing is, at the end of the day, he wants to play Champions League football. But I know that he's going to try and ask for lots and lots of money. He's a fantastic player and he's a clinical player. He will score you goals. He is one of the greatest of all time. Maybe not the best player in the world anymore, but he's one of the greatest footballers and athletes of all time. Which comes with an ego, which comes with I want lots and lots of money. But you got to look like, would you rather have a player in your team like Haaland? So if you could afford a player like Haaland or Ronaldo, would you rather have Haaland or Ronaldo? I know who I'd rather have. It would be Haaland. You'd rather have a younger player. So Ronaldo's going to struggle to find a club in terms of that thought that he's not young anymore. He's only got a few years left in him. Will he not be able to find a club and will he retire? Will he manage to find a Champions League club? All in all, I do not know. I don't have a clue. But that's my roundup on Ronaldo. I want to know what you think. Where do you think he'll end up? What club will he go to? Will he go to Real Madrid? Will he go to a Premier League club? Will he go to a Champions League club? Or will he just go to Saudi Arabia or the MLS or something like that? I don't know. What do you think? Thank you for listening to this podcast by me, Tom. Please go and follow us on Instagram at AllSport. Please go and follow us on TikTok and Twitter. Me, Luke and Joe all have Twitter. AllSport Joe, AllSport Tom and AllSport Luke. We would really enjoy that, and please go and read some of our blogs for more information. I will be probably releasing more podcasts like this and possibly some with Luke and with Joe. Just keep an eye out and keep listening. See you soon.